You are looking at the Inabuild's L-1011 500 in classic Hawaiian Air colors. How you doing, everybody? CJ here. I am your classic jet sim pilot, and we're going to give this bird a try. It just came out a couple of weeks ago. I unfortunately have had a real life travel schedule that has kept me from flying it, so I've only done one flight with this airplane. But we're gonna give it a try, and we're gonna start with I think is a fun little route for the Hawaiian Air, and we're gonna be departing Honolulu, which is where we're at now, and heading to Los Angeles is Hawaiian Flight 2. Naturally, it was a route often flown by the L-1011. Now it's covered by the 321neo and the Airbus A330, I believe. Like I said, I've only flown the airplane once, but I really enjoyed it. Inabuild's already had 2 updates. This is version 1.0.2, I believe. So a lot of the early, teething problems that most new releases have, they've addressed several of them. But I make no promises, and this is going to be far from a tutorial. But we will give it a shot, and I'll be using the assists. And one reason I like using the assists, and just like if you've seen my 727 videos, is that I enjoy the multi-crew aspect of flying these airplanes. It's kind of one of the fun things about when you have a flight engineer is having that third person in the cockpit and to manage the systems. And I still have to learn many of the systems, and there are several good tutorials already out kind of giving basics about, so I'd encourage you to go look. Mustafa has done a nice flight in the L-10 that he's described many of the procedures. Of course, V1. Mustafa also did a nice video on the INS system, which is what we'll be using today. But yeah, I mean, let's get to it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. So what I've done so far is I've got the GPU hooked up. I loaded that panel state just to get us there. The load sheet, I've brought in the sim brief flight plan we have between Honolulu and LA. We'll go ahead and I'll bring that up so we can look at it together. I've got it separately on an iPad here, but I'll bring it up here so you can see what we're doing, and especially when it comes to the SIDS and stars, because I did file non-RNAV SIDS and stars since the Lytton INS here is not certified other than for en route RNAV. It's 88, yep. So our departure is the Molokai 5. Hey, they fixed the zoom on the chart. Nice. So we'll be departing out of here. Our clearance we got already told us we can expect heading 155 after departure. So we're departing 8 right. We'll make the turn to 155, and then at some point we'll probably give in direct Molokai, and then the departure. So Molokai. So we'll depart, turn left 155. We want to be above 2,500 feet, 2 miles out, or by the time we cross this radial off of Cocoa Head, which won't be an issue in the L-10. We're not super heavy today. We've got a pretty heavy passenger load, but we're only at like 50% fuel. It's not a particularly long flight for the 500. But we'll depart. We'll climb. Our initial climb is 5,000 feet. Let's go ahead and put that in. And then we'll climb to 5,000. Molokai is 116.1, which we have on the number 1 nav, and we are already picking it up here on the number 1 nav. And we can go ahead and do 13.9 on the number 2. Excellent. 13.9 is Cocoa Head, and it is off of that Cocoa Head, that 240 radial. So we're going to watch the tail end of this needle after we depart, make the turn, and we want to make sure before we get to it we're about 2,500 feet. Again, I don't expect it to be an issue. So that's our planning. Our course back to Molokai will probably be something on the order of 70, 80 degrees. So what we can do just in prep for that is we could set the course over here, kind of in that general direction. And we could sit here off of the 240 radial. And the first officer can monitor what's going on over here. So when we cross that radial. All right, I think we've got everything set up the way I want it for the departure. And after Molokai, we'll take up a 040 degree heading out to Kolea, and then we are on our way. And we actually have we can actually put that in here, and then we'll switch to nav or the INS, and it'll take us right to we can fly directly to Kolea, which is fine to use because it's not an actual, it's not a you can have your last waypoint on the SID and your first waypoint on the STAR is what gets you in and out. What else have I done? We haven't done the pre-check. Oh, I checked I did use the imports function. So when you load the OFP, you can send this to the INS, and it actually sends it to all three. It sends the entire flight plan, except I have the option set so that it does not import the SID and STAR waypoints. You can do that, and it's fine. You know, it's a sim. Do what you want. I just have it set. I'm just doing this kind of as real-world-ish as I can. So I've got it so it's not setting it. And because I'm able to do non-RNAV SIDs and STARs, it's not an issue. Oh, yeah. Well, you know what we have to do is, of course... nothing is set up. So I'm going to set up the controls, and I'll be right back with you. And we're back. Sorry about that. As you know, I am not a fan of Microsoft 2024's control bindings. I have it all saved as an L-1011, and it does not save to this airframe, and I don't know why. Anyway, all right. Enough of that. I think we are good to go. I just need to go to autocomplete. Let's do the pre-flight preparation. We'll have the flight attendant, flight engineer do all their things, do their whole panel setup, get the APU running. One thing we do have to do is we have to set pressurization panel. We're starting off at 3.5. We're going to end up at 3.70. So let's set that.
Hey Captain, got that flow done. Back to you.
Set it a little high, and our barometric pressure here at put it at 3003, although technically I think that's only important for the arrival. It's like other pressurization systems, but we will set it anyway. I don't think it makes a bit of difference. We've got air, we've got duct pressure. I think we are about ready to go. So let's get the anti-collision light on. We'll tell GSX we are ready for pushback.
Going through the engine startup flow. One moment, please, Captain.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Captain, happy to report that the aircraft is now set to your specifications.
Well, very good. All right, we've got good bleed pressure, and we should have somebody getting ready to push back the airplane here.
Departure checks completed.
Let's disconnect. Are we off of ground power? Yep, we're on the APU. There we go. Disconnect the GPU. And let's try this again.
Locking gear.
Oh, there he is. See if they're ready for us yet. We have Mike. Center, good morning once again. Hawaiian 2 Heavy. Charlie 7 with Mike, ready to push.
Hawaiian 2 Heavy, pushback onto Zulu, approved, nose to the west. Just check the transponder, 3714.
3714, we'll check that now, and we'll push back onto Zulu, face west. There we go. Zulu, face west.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines.
Alrighty.
Start at will.
Oh, what are you doing, GSX? That makes me nervous. We'll start too. Fuel flow, got N1, got oil pressure. Yep. Turning 1. Starter valves open. N2. Actually, N3.
Please set parking brakes.
Here's the fuel. Here's fuel flow. There's light off. Oil pressure.
Unlocking gear.
How's that for a picture?
Tow truck
Looks stable to me. Let's turn 3.
been removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Star valves open. Here's N3. Here's light off. And 1. Oil pressure's coming up. So cool. There's the rollback. Looks good. All right, let's do the after start flows.
After engine start checks. Roger. Doing those now.
Flaps
Hey, mate,
4.
just got that flow done. She's all Captain. Flow complete. Back to you now.
Flaps 10.
Flaps 10. All right, let's check our panel, make sure there's nothing outstanding. Takeoff. Anti-ice can be off, that's fine. We got our lights the way we want them for right now. Oh, I never did the seatbelt sign. My bad. 5,000 feet. 155 is our initial heading. We can go ahead and turn the flight directors on. Some mouse wheel acceleration would be nice. I like to set this at 400 feet. And we are looking at 3003. That is 1017. Whoop. Try that again. Forgot to set that. Oh, that's not working. Oh, there we go. It should. Does it not? Oh, there we go. Now it worked. 401. Yep. Well, I'm not sure what took that so much time. And we can trip that. That's, oh, he already shut it down. Oh, good. The FE, that used to not shut down. Okay, I think we are ready to go. We're probably going to get Alpha down to Juliet, 8 right. Center Hawaiian 2 Heavy, taxi.
Hawaiian 2 Heavy, roger. Runway 8 right. Taxi via Zulu, Alpha, Juliet. Cross runway 8 left on Juliet. And just to update, ATIS Mike became current, the altimeter 3003.
We got Mike on board, and we'll go to 8 right. Zulu Alpha Juliet, cross the left side at Juliet for Hawaiian 2 Heavy. Here we go. Zulu will feed into Alpha up here. And then we'll hang a left on Juliet. And at the end, yeah, we're going to learn how to use thrust, the performance management system together on this flight too. Now we're on Alpha. I don't think I have my lights bound. I'm so used to flipping the switch on the honeycomb. Got an electrical system light. Must be because of that. Yep. It was already off, so there's no need to trip it again. Another little trick, and you notice I set the pilot view here. Hopefully you can see it on the frame, where I can see the top line of the INS, because it's nice to keep track of ground speed for taxiing. Going pretty fast, so I'm gonna apply some brakes. Gonna slow down a little bit. Next left turn is Juliet. Cleared to cross. Okie doke. And we'll start the long taxi down Juliet out to the reef runway. into the bay. Certainly is one of the most scenic, if not longest taxis out there. Get a little higher view. No. I was hoping to get a nice taxi by view. There we go.
Line up procedures. Yep, doing that now.
Line 2 heavy. We'll be right at the end.
Hey, Cap, that flow is all set.
Hawaiian 2 Heavy, roger. After departure, flying heading to 155, runway 8 right, cleared for takeoff.
155 is the heading. 8 right. Cleared for takeoff. Hawaiian 2 heavy. Alrighty. Here goes nothing. 5,000, 155 after departure. 633 will be our takeoff EPR. This does not always lock down. I've got flaps. I've got, oh, trim, shoot. There we go. That was stupid. All right, here we go. Thrust is set. 100 knots. 155, 5,000 feet. Boy, the nose wheel steering is really sensitive.
V1.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up. Rate of climb.
Start our turn. Rate of climb is not an issue.
Contact, H6 approach on 118.3 still.
18.3, we'll see you. Hawaiian 2 hook. Departure Hawaiian 2 heavy with you. 155 is the heading, leveling at 5.
Hawaiian 50, sorry, Hawaiian 2 Heavy, good morning. ATF approach radar contact, altitude check, Scott, and maintain 16,000. Turn left 090, vector for climb.
16,000 left 090 Hawaiian 2 Heavy. Alright, we're going to get the autopilot on. I'm climbing a little slow. Flaps are up, gear is up. Let's get the vertical speed down and accelerate. And we'll go back to IAS mode. Altitude is armed, 16,000 feet.
Heavy, proceed direct clutch on course.
Direct clutch on course for Hawaiian 2 Heavy. Ah, what the
Thank you.
It did not go to 090. Alright, Klutz is 2. So let's get... Okay, there's our 090. Track change, present position to 2. Insert. INS. INS. Go to VNAV. We'll accelerate. Alright, not the most graceful departure, but I think we got it. We're in thrust management mode, we're in VNAV, so basically it's going to climb at our at the performance computed climb, ideal climb, 250 knots below 10, 320, and then Mach 8.2 with it right now an EPR of 536. So the auto throttles will maintain that. And we should be heading direct Klutz. Okay, that's awesome.
Hawaiian 2 Heavy, contact HCS Center on 126.5. Have a great weekend, aloha.
26.5 it is for Hawaiian 2 Heavy. You as well. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Morning Center, Hawaiian 2 Heavy. We're out of 11, climbing to 16,000 direct Klutz.
Hawaiian 2 Heavy, hello. Welcome again. HCS Center, calling maintain. Flight level 350.
Flight level 350. Here we go, Hawaiian 2 Heavy. Actually, don't need to say heavy now. I'm talking to center. All right, 350. Is armed. We're in thrust management mode. We're VNaving up to flight level 320. We're still accelerating a little bit. Our climb rate should come up here shortly. And we are right into the sun. Let's see if we can't move this over. Not quite. Story of my life. You can also get rid of that overhead light. Good grief. All right, I think we are all set for climb. I never did the climb. Let's do that. Get those packs on.
That last flow is done. The aircraft is safe.
Okay. Oh, other side. I don't know why I always press the wrong button when I go to look at the flight engineer panel. We got good flow. Each side is supplying air to its respective pack. Cross bleeds are closed. That looks good. Engines all look good. We've already burned 1,200 pounds of fuel. Excellent. Our heading bug. I like to do that every now and again. All right, we're through 14. The appropriate VNav and thrust management mode, although we're getting some odd porpoising. It's not holding the speed super steady. We should be hanging out about here, I believe. Notice how it's bringing the nose down. It's like it's not quite reaching 320 knots. So now it's bringing the nose up. And now speed's starting to fall again, so it'll bring the nose down because we're not quite at 320. We'll see if it sorts itself out. That's kind of strange. Say aloha to Hawaii. Love it. Chase plane is just so much fun. Really is. All right, coming up on 18,000 feet. We'll switch over to standard pressure as we enter the flight levels. Yeah, I'm curious as to why there seems to be so much issue holding the constant climb speed. Well, whatever. We'll go with it. Alright, coming up on 18. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. It's so small. 18.3. There we go. Or 10.13. Okay, well, so the plane hand flew well on departure. The nose wheel sensitivity is off the chart, and I even dampened the curves quite a bit, or put a good curve into the rudders. So it obviously wasn't enough, but it's so out of norm with the other airplanes. I can't help but believe that's something that probably needs to be worked on. Keyboard, parking brake, go around EPR bugs. Yeah, there's nothing here about nose wheel versus tiller versus pedals. I do have a separate tiller. But anyway, but that was the only flying wise. That was the only weird thing. Taxi is very heavy, feels good. We are relatively light today, but I can still tell there was a lot of mass involved in the taxi. Rotation felt fine. It climbed away just fine. It hand flew just fine. I got a little busy because with the frequency changes and then the autopilot not doing quite what I was asking it to do. It flew through a heading I had set in heading mode. Okay, I don't really care. That was odd, but all right. I'm gonna go into IAS mode and just hold 320. See if that works better than VNAV. Although theoretically it should be doing the same thing. So it seemed, well, let's go to VNAV, see what it does. Because it should be working to hold 320. It's porpoising. Let's let it get to 320 or as close as it will get, and then we'll go back into IS mode, see if it does the same. Yeah, 318. a matter of fact, let's do this. Let's let it accelerate right to 320. I'm watching the airspeed indicator. I'm speeding up a little bit. In fact, we'll go to here. Set it about 1,300 feet a minute. So it's holding rates of climb, looks like pretty steady. I'm gonna set it to 1,000 feet a minute. Too bad the FE doesn't. Well, maybe that wasn't a procedure in real life. I don't recall where the EPR bugs would be changed as the climb limit. Maybe not when you're in thrust management mode. You let the computer handle it. Almost to 320, just a hair under. All right, we'll call that 320. We'll go to IS mode. Yep, 320, and we'll see if it'll hold it. $105 miles to Klutz. Here's where we're at. Took off, we made the south turn, then he put us on an easterly heading, and then he told us direct Klutz. Bam. And so now we're heading right here, which is waypoint 2. And the nice thing that AnyBuilds did is when you import the waypoints, you don't just have the off the sim brief. You don't just have the lat long, you have the actual names to make it a little easier to follow along. So that's pretty cool. Again, much more comprehensive tutorials and explanations of the systems out there, and since I'm kind of just learning this, I'm not in a spot comfortable teaching it. It's interesting that it's already switched over to Mach. I'm gonna go to vertical speed mode. It's not doing what I expected to do, because I don't think it should be going to Mach 8.2 quite yet. It should be 320 knots until Mach 8.2, until it intersects with Mach 8.2. So I'm gonna just put in 1,000 feet a minute, watch my airspeed, not let it fall, and notice how I'm still accelerating, so I can actually go to, call it 1,300 feet a minute. Watch the airspeed. You don't want to get slow, especially when you're high. There's 320 knots. No, that's about it. Notice how the Mach number is still climbing. I'm going to go to IS mode here. We'll hold 322, see if we can do that. To Mach 8.2, and then we'll adjust our rate of climb to hold 8.2. Notice our rate of climb is coming way down. So there's 8.2. So let's go to VNAV, and now it should hold Mach 8.2. So the nose should come up, because I've accelerated through it a little bit. And I wouldn't expect it to come up that much. See how slow we're getting? Yeah, I don't like that. Vertical speed. Let's go to 1,000 feet a minute. Let's see what that nets us. Yeah, that wasn't a good climb. Got way too slow. So still some quirkiness with the autopilot, it appears. I could be doing something totally wrong too. But I don't think so, because it's showing the right display, right? It's reading correctly when I go into VNAV mode, but then so it's computing the proper paths, is what I'm trying to say. That EPR, that airspeed, which was Mach 0.82, and see how the airplane's not accelerating now. All right, 50 miles from Klutz. Should have a pretty decent ground speed going. Yeah, we do. 530 knots. We'll re-engage everything when we get to maybe about Mach 8.1. I'll re-engage VNAV and see what happens. We're getting close to 8.2. So 815 is our Mach number. We're approaching 8.2. So if I go to VNAV, it should try to hold Mach 0.82. See how the nose is coming way up? It shouldn't be doing that. Should not be doing that. And I should not be climbing. It should be going to 500 foot a minute, or descending. Yeah, something's funky with the autopilot, and it wasn't acting this odd before. Let's see if I can go to Mach hold. Mach 8.2. Got 1,000 to go. Somewhere along step climb to 370. Flex. 35,000 captured. Leveling off. We're still in thrust management mode, so it should bring us to Mach 8.3. Flex we climb up. Okay. You can let everybody up. We're on TARA. There is no above or below on this one. So we're good. Looks like we're setting up our cruise. Go to our cruise page. Here it is. Mach 8.3. And there we are. All right. Well, we will be in cruise here for probably a good 3.5, 4 hours as we work our way across the Pacific back to the mainland. We've got a nice... got a pretty decent wind today helping us along. We're doing almost 560 knots. So I expect we'll be in LA in about 3.5 hours from now. So about 3 hours until our top of descent. So why don't you just go ahead and sit back, enjoy the ride, and we'll see you as we're approaching top of descent. Well, folks, just a quick check here. We're getting close to our, relatively close to our top of descent. We are... I've got this weird stutter going on. About 500 miles from our top of descent, so a little less than an hour. We're just crossing Adam. And Adam, we should be at... I wish I could scroll this. There's crossage. 46.4 on fuel. We're at 57.6, so we're 11,000 pounds fat on fuel. I don't know if that's inaccuracy in modeling. The fuel temp is scary. I don't know if that's inaccuracy in the modeling. I use the Innibuilds profile in SimBrief. But anyway, so plenty of gas, not an issue. So we will be beginning our top of descent. So let's talk about how you figure top of descent, at least how I think you figure top of descent. On the first page of the PMS, or second page actually, the flight setup, you set your bottom of descent altitude, speed, and distance. So on this flight, I set bottom of descent based at 10,000 feet, right? So now I need to measure a distance from based, so I know where my bottom, how far away my bottom of descent is. So what I did was I measured the distance from here to here, and by the way, you can do that now in SimBrief or in NavGraph. Right, so here's based. You can use a little measuring tool, and you can say here to here, and then I just went directly to the airport. And total is 15.1 miles, 15 miles. So I know whatever my distance to the destination is, I subtract 15 miles from it. Now, you can only put up to 999 miles here, so I have to wait till I'm within 1,000 miles of the destination to put in my top of descent, or put in my bottom of descent. So what I did was, 15 miles from base to the airport. What I did was, I went through these distances remaining until I found the first one under 1,000 miles. So at Gittle, we're 817 miles from LA. So if I subtract 15, that's 802, and then you can add a little bit, but the RNAV, because the INS system, because we don't have the individual because we don't, it thinks we're direct from the beginning of the SID and star, that 15 miles should be close enough. So at 15 miles to LA plus, when I'm 15 miles away from the airport, I want to be at 10,000 feet. So our distance remaining is 817 to LA. At minus 15 miles, which is the point I want to be at 10,000 feet, is 802. So as I crossed Gittle, I put 802 miles, 10,000 feet, and 250. So that's why it then starts counting down the top of descent. So it knows I want to be at 10,000 and 250 knots. It then builds backwards from that point, 15 miles from LA, which was 802 miles from where I was at the moment I put it in. So you kind of have to wait till you're within that 1,000 miles, figure out how far away from your destination your point is. If you don't have a specific point, some people like to put in the 30 miles, 10,000 feet. That works too, because that's a general rule of thumb. At about 30 miles from your airport, you want to be at 10,000 feet and 250 knots. Here they keep you high, and it's a specific point on the arrival. But I also know that I have some extra mileage built in because, right? The truth of the matter is, I'm going to be going to base Santa Monica outbound on the 070, and then I'm going to either vector myself or be vectored in for the ILS approach. So I'll have plenty of time, but at least this will get me to this point, and then I'll check my progress once we start the descent. Anyway, that's all. We'll see you when we're closer to the top of descent. All right, folks, we are on the arrival.
Howdy, SoCal departure gas, I want through 2,400, climb speed the DOT 2
Let me
for
pull
5.
that up here.
And who's Jasmine 1 you said?
We are out here at Dinty, and now we're turning
Jasmine 1,
towards
Roger, climb
San
via
Marcos.
6. Radar 10.
Now,
Climb via 6,
I am
Jasmine.
sort of cheating because
Giant 525,
the service volumes, the Navigate service volumes in Flight Simulator are pretty bad. I should be receiving the VOR.
United 114,
That's why
airport
they have it
2
here.
o'clock and 14 or 12
But I'm
miles
not.
reported site.
So I did put San Marcos into the INS as waypoint 2.
114, Roger,
So
turn right
as soon as we
heading,
as soon as we pick up,
20,
as soon as we're picking up that VOR,
visual approach runway 24 right.
we'll tune it in. But
Yes, sir.
So
220
we'll just-
heading in the altitude 2006.
we'll just cheat a little bit. So we're going to go inbound via the San Marcos VOR.
Virgin 2, Quebec heavy, turn left heading 350 to the maintain.
Should be a 53, about a 53-degree inbound course.
Heading left, heading for 0
And there's going to be a discrepancy here because this is in true right now. we'll go back to when you're working on an INS.
Yeah, Virgin 92 Quebec Heavy.
You're dealing with true
my
headings.
good deed for the day is to let you know that the
versus
United
magnetic.
States flight levels all start
So-
at 180 and above, so it's just 4,000.
As soon as we pick it up, we'll navigate to San Marcos, and then
slow to your final approach speed, traffic,
we will
you're
fly
following
outbound from San
about,
Marcos,
40 knots lower than you,
109
12
degrees,
7 miles.
for about 40 miles to the Ventura VOR, then the 93-degree radial down here to
United
Sadie.
114 Heavy, you just went through the final for 24 right. Looks like you're headed for 25 complex. Is that what you want?
No, we'll turn back for 24 right.
boy, all sorts of crazy going on in
Southwest
LA tonight.
1935, contacts Los Angeles Tower, 120.95.
Ventura down to Sadie intersection, or Sadie maybe, Sadie, and then
And for United
81 degree heading to Santa
it looks like my
Monica,
SMC is reset it.
and then
I
outbound
don't know
Santa
how,
Monica
but
on
I
70.
we might need both things in.
Based is our bottom.
United 1495, Roger, turn left heading 100 to send a maintain.
Based is the bottom of our descent at 10,000 feet.
Virgin 92 Quebec,
And it
City
wants us to
Airport,
start
9
down
o'clock,
in about
12 miles.
130 miles. So just short,
Virgin 92 Quebec, cleared visual.
or right
runway
about San
25
Marcos,
left.
which our
Contact
top of
Los Angeles
descent
Tower,
on our
120.95.
flight plan
Start 25 left, approach and contact tower 120.
is about 130 miles, so just short of Sadie's. So we're pretty close.
Slow to your final approach speed. Contact Los Angeles Tower 120.95.
Across Ventura and maintain 11,250 knots was the phony ATC I got.
Southwest
Ventura.
1935 Towers 120.95.
So 11,000 at Ventura. So we actually want to start down a little early
Changes approved. Have a great
because they want us at 250 knots at 11,000 feet at Ventura. So
And Giant 1, it's going to be the same for you. All centers offline. Radio service terminated. Frequency change approved.
Can you dial this down to
You're
11,000?
7 miles from trail with another heavy on the same bit.
They haven't figured out how to make it spin at thousands instead of hundreds, which is really nice.
United 1495 heavy.
1495 heavy. Yes, sir. Flight heading 070 to maintain 5,000.
R70 and maintain 3000 for United 1495.
All right, so
United
when we are
1495,
approximately
5,000.
Oh, 5000 for United 1495.
Giant 1, heavy A. Radio service terminated. Frequency change approved. Good day.
SoCal departure, Skyhawk 77 Alpha Delta, request VFR.
67
Yeah,
miles
VFR, what
from
Yes, so I was giving you a bit of breathing room. VFR, flight
San
following
Marcos.
to Torrance via the coastal route 77 Alpha Delta.
Okay, we are now picking
77
up
Alpha Delta.
the VOR. So 233, we can now go to heading. .9, 53,
77 Alpha Delta, squawk 2451.
nav. We're at 53, and now we can VOR.
2451, 77 Alpha Delta.
Yes, sir.
Very sensitive. Way too sensitive.
77 Alpha Delta, contact Los Angeles Tower 120.95 for clearance through the Bravo airspace.
12095 for clearance. 77 Alpha Delta.
United 1495 to send and maintain 3,000.
And notice when I switch to radio versus INS, it went to magnetic, which is what I want to see.
United 1495 heavy, maintain 180 knots.
Alright, maintain 180 knots for United 1495.
United 1495, turn right heading 090 this side.
Alright, heading right, turning right, heading 190 for United 1495.
United 1495, negative service. Let's just fly your present heading vectors for the final.
Alright, following my present heading vector final for United 1495.
United 1495, you can descend and maintain 2,600.
Alright, 2,600, United 1495.
All right. So, about 30 miles, we'll start our descent. We do our PA to the folks.
United
Start down. Thanks for flying with us. I'm going to go ahead and turn on
Fly heading 090.
the fasten seatbelt and no smoking signs now, just so I don't think about it later.
090 and
Because there's a good chance I'm going to get pretty busy.
0 knots for United 1495.
Yes, sir. I'm going to turn you around once you at the airport, and when I do, let me know when you see it, okay?
Yep, roger that for United 1495.
I thought that stutter got a little better, but not quite.
United 1495, turn left heading 250, report Los Angeles Airport in sight.
Alright, we're 250, and we're reported when appeared in sight for United 1495.
Yes, sir, and that's a left turn to heading 250.
Yep, left turn heading 250.
Are we at 24 right?
1485, you're turning the wrong direction, so it's a left turn to heading 250.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. 250, I turned on the wrong side over here, but alright, yep, we're correcting it right now, so United 1495.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter anyhow. I got it closed now. Attention all aircraft, SoCal approach is closed. Los Angeles Tower, at the best of my knowledge, is still open on 120.95 for landing. Everybody have a good day. We'll see you later.
Wow.
See ya.
He had enough. Oh, wow. Okay.
And then was that taxi Lima Kilo?
Cross runway 25 right at Lima.
Yeah, that was so.
Lima.
He had airplanes.
Kilo.
Nobody was following his instructions.
Cross runway 25 right via Lima, and then taxi to parking via
I've
Lima.
never heard so many. This airplane's doing. I don't understand what it's doing. Kind of calls.
LA Tower 77 Alpha Delta. I'm going to abort my mission through the mini route there. I'm going to exceed my minimum. I'm going to head back to Van Nuys.
Roger, change approved.
Frequency change approved. 77 Alpha
So
Delta.
that was pretty interesting.
Tower, hello, American 742 with information, Yankee on board. Terminal 7, gate 76 Bravo, ready for pushback.
American 742, LA Tower, low, push on to Charlie, face east.
American 742, pushing on to Charlie, facing east.
Virgin 92 Quebec Heavy, is there any chance we can get a stand at Tunnel 2?
Okay. So anyway,
So you're saying Terminal 2?
Yeah. A1.
our landing weight
Virgin
should
92
be.
Quebec Heavy, you're kind of going the wrong way for that turn.
We got 10,000 pounds
right
heavier because of
onto
the
Charlie,
reduced fuel
and then
burn.
continue via Charlie all the way to Terminal 2.
So our landing weight will be
Continue via
approximately
November
331. It's called 332. So let's go to landing performance.
Turning
332.
November Echo.
0.
Virgin 92
Landing
Quebec
elevation.
Heavy, sorry.
It's going to be pretty close to sea level. It's 100 feet. 128.
Air Canada 3245, we have a Yankee on board.
Try, calculate. There we go. Set everything.
Thanks, you have not filed a flight plan.
148. 143 is the ref. 148 is approach.
Sorry, I'm just filing right now, Air Canada 3245.
So we've got our speeds in. We're just going to do an easy minimum auto brake setting. And we're going to start down in about 2 minutes. Okay. So let's go ahead and start down. 2,000 feet a minute.
LA Tower, United 1495
Mach
Heavy.
83.
Fully established for
I can't
Mila.
switch this over to Mach,
2
unfortunately.
or right.
United 1495, LA Tower, hello, runway 24 right, code land.
Alright, super right, clear to land for United 1495.
So once we can start getting really close to the VOR, San Marcos, we'll flip the course over to 109, and then we'll make the turn and intercept the 109 outbound, and keep the heading bug aligned so that we can go to heading mode. In fact, there's no reason why you can't go to heading mode this far out. Just fly the needles. In fact, sometimes I do it just to, you know, kind of stay in tune with the airplane a little bit better. Not isolate myself.
Virgin man, if you to Quebec Heavy, I'm now at Echo for Terminal 2.
Virgin 92 Quebec Heavy, unless you're taxiing to a runway, if I give you a taxiway and you're going someplace, you can just expect it's your discretion after you reach your desired intersection.
Okay. I'll just go to the gate. Virgin man, to Quebec Heavy.
Air Canada 3245 requesting IFR clearance to Las Vegas is filed.
Well, you should have received a PDC.
So we're going to slowly increase our speed to stay no faster than Mach 83 and 200 and
American 742 ready for taxi.
I think it's
American 742 runway
320 or 340 is what.
Taxi runway 25 right via Bravo 1.
We want to slow to cross Ventura at 11 and 250 knots. So here we are.
And for Southwest 19,
towards
the
San Marcos.
done stopping 50 feet from the possibility.
We're fat on fuel, so I don't mind if I down a little earlier than normal.
Send.
Or a little earlier than planned. It's not the end of the world. Good.
United 1495 Heavy, welcome Los Angeles, left 1 able cross runway 24 left and taxi back via Echo.
Alright, via Echo and cross super left for United 1495.
Dry. Oh yeah, getting that stuttering after a long flight. I haven't seen that in a long time on an airplane. Probably since the A350. INI builds may have some more optimization to do, although apparently they improve performance quite a bit on this airplane. I have a pretty good system, so I don't notice these performance improvements as much as others because I tend not to have performance issues, so that's why the stuttering really stands out. But anyway, we are doing good.
unfortunately, LA Tower is now offline. Monitor advisory dash complete.
Oh, here goes tower. 400 knots. So about 5 miles. I'll start my turn. Speed advisory. We are on
LA
our
traffic. Air Mexico 646 inbound runway 24 right. The OLA 2. Or that's the OLA 24 right.
12 minutes.
Los traffic.
I'm going to shallow up my descent a little bit. 10 minutes. Yeah, I'm good. 7 miles to go. 7 miles to go. You got to remember, this is only for the INS. So your DME readout is here for your network. It is how the real airplane was wired in some cases, although some operators did make this part of the button between the INS. So now we can start our turn and radio nav. Alright, let's see how that works. We're moving along pretty fast, so our standard rate turn, or a turn rate along the ground is not going to be terribly fast. The zone of confusion, the cone of confusion, which means I'm probably going to have to overshoot this a little bit. Yeah. It's 40 miles. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have slowed my rate and set down. That was good. I don't know why I messed with it. Alright.
Los Angeles traffic, Delta 553, taxi to runway 24 left via Echo. Los Angeles traffic.
Okay, so now we are also inbound to Ventura, 1655. Which is dialed in on the number
traffic,
2 nav.
42 lining up runway 25 right, Los Angeles traffic.
So when we're about halfway between them, I'll switch. Watch for the CDI to center. So we're about 10 miles away from being in between the two. 2999 is the altimeter. Get her. Turn off lights. Floods. Seatbelt sign is lit. There's our course.
Los Angeles traffic, American 742, takeoff runway 25 right.
Complete.
Flying runway heading
Descent.
until. Never mind.
Alright, getting back on course slowly. Well, I never really went all the way to the 340 knots, so we're okay. We're good speed-wise. At Ventura, which is our next VOR, I want to be at 250 knots. It's not going to take long to slow. This plane slows pretty well. And then when we cross, we're going to go to 93 degrees, and our next VOR is Santa Monica 110.8. So I can put.
Los Angeles traffic, Delta 553 heavy, taking off runway 25
there.
around Arnav to Delaware.
Don't see any traffic coming from the north on VATSIM radar, so I don't think we'll be competing. Here I am. I don't think we'll be competing with anybody on their way in, so that's good. So we'll probably have the north runway complex to ourselves. Okay with that. So there's 11,000 feet.
Delhi Tower, good afternoon.
A little early.
041 Heavy
Fine with that.
on the ILS 124 right.
Not picking up Santa Monica quite yet. We're doing good. 290, it's about 4 miles out. I can slow. About 4 miles out there. What I do a lot of times that I didn't do at this flight is I'll put, in the INS, I'll put the airport as the final waypoint. So this always gives me distance to the airport. I probably should have done that. It's a good practice. And then after we cross Ventura, we can descend to cross Based.
Los Angeles Center, Delta 2553, clear runway 24 left. Last call, Los Angeles.
Cross Based at 10. Alright, 8 miles out. Only about 2 miles in the air.
Traffic SI 041 Heavy on the final 182 for right, airday traffic.
Start our slow. Again, I don't mind getting configured and slowed and descend altitudes a little early, especially when you're flying a plane as manual as this is right now. Alright, we're getting to the zone of confusion. So, our outbound course will be 93. Whoop, stutter. We'll go to 103.
Los Angeles traffic Delta 2547 is 10 mile final runway 24 right, Los Angeles.
Should get the crossover here pretty soon. Like I said, about a mile and a half, 2 miles up. There's the crossover, and that needle should come in. There it is. Finish the turn at 93. Got some clouds ahead, but temperature's not a concern. Alright, our next VOR is Santa Monica 110, which we have. So, at 15 DME is when we turn to 81 degrees. So Santa Monica, yeah, 110.8. So we've got that in the number 2 nav. So at 15 DME here, 14.9, here it is. And see I have the little D with the arrow. That means DME can be used to identify this intersection, which is stadium. In fact, we can descend to 10 now too.
Los Los Angeles traffic, Delta 2547 at 6 mile final runway 24 right, LA.
Vertical speed. We're coming up at 25 northwest. We'll make the call. LA traffic, Hawaiian 2, about 25 miles northwest of the airport. We're on the Sadie arrival. We'll be setting up for the ILS 24 right, LA. Coming up on 10,000 feet. It's close enough.
LA traffic, Southwest 1935 is lining up on 24 right.
Stay on our course here. 15 DME is where we make our turn to 81 degrees, and then we can switch over to the Santa Monica VOR. Alt arm. We should get
LA
captured.
traffic, Delta 2541 at 4 mile final runway 24 right, LA.
LA traffic, Aero Mexico 646 established RNAV Zulu runway 24 right. LA traffic.
LA traffic 341 heavy, it's clear runway 24 right and hold short for runway 24 left in vector.
Sorry, last aircraft calling. We must have stepped on you. Can you repeat that?
Yep, sorry, 041 heavy, clear runway 24 right and hold short for runway 24 left in vector.
10.8.
LA traffic.
And the inbound is 81.
Once again, Aero Mexico 646 established RNAV Zulu 24 right.
LA Delta 2541, 2.5 final, 24 right.
And we get to turn. Much of a turn. And then based is at the 10.4 DME from Santa Monica. And we can descend to 7,000.
And LA traffic, so 041 heavy, it's crossing runway 24 left and vector, join Echo Delta.
And there is based. I'm at 10, and I can descend to 7. Vertical speed. Start slowing us down. And then once we cross the VOR, we can fly outbound on a 070 degree heading.
LA traffic, Delta 2547 is clear at 24 right, crossing 24 left at Yankee, LA.
LA traffic, anyone have like 53 mile an hour winds coming in on their tail and like variable winds?
On the ground?
No, I'm on 2.5 mile final. We're about to go around for Aero Mexico 646, but my weather was showing me 52 knot winds.
Yeah, I had like 7 down the pipe. I think you've got something wrong with your weather engine.
Yeah, it must be Aero Mexico 646 going missed for 24 right.
And yeah, to answer your question too, when I was coming in, I had a 30 knot tailwind on the super right approach.
Roger, and how long ago was that?
I think that was about 25 minutes ago.
Okay, Roger. I don't know what's going on, but our airspeed is going between 180 knots and 300.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting pretty rocked around even up here at 10,000 right now.
Roger.
LA traffic, line 2 heavy. We're just north of field over the Santa Monica VOR on the right down runway 24 right. Alright, there's the VOR. 070 heading.
LA traffic, Delta 2541 is clear, 24 left. We're
Ooh, I did I not select the ILS 24 right? ILS 24 right. Final. Hide it. Hide it again. ILS 24 right. There we go. Maybe. Frequency is 108.5. Inbound course 251. Meters 4,000. Let's go down to 4. Okay. Why can't I go down to 4? There we go. Slow it up. Let's go to flaps 4.
Flaps 4.
Go to flaps 10.
Flaps 10.
LA traffic, or Mexico 646, right downwind 24 right.
Line too heavy. We're turning the 15 mile right base 241.
And for the Hawaiian, just calling, are you the one descending right below 4,000?
Yeah, it's me.
Roger, we'll sequence behind you.
Alright, coming up on 3,000. Let's start slowing it up a little bit more. Let's go to flaps 14.
Flaps 18.
Or 18, that works.
LA traffic is so Hawaii. If you could give us some weather, PIRAPs, that'd be great.
Yeah, I don't have winds aloft in my L-1011.
Roger.
All right, we're hand flying the ILS, folks. Airport's in sight. Feet. We'll turn the flight directors off so they don't give me goofy indications. Slow it up. Go gear down.
Gear down.
Whoa. Love it when that happens.
Traffic, Aeromexico 646, turning right base, runway 24 right, LA traffic.
Flaps 22.
All right, let's go flaps 33, landing checklist.
I'll get the approach flow done. Stand by. Flow's done. You're welcome.
Just a hair fast. Light is on, nowhere near the DH. Alright, back on glide path. Bring up the power a little bit. Reduce rate of descent. About 800 feet a minute. See how that works. 1,000 to go. 1,000. Yeah, bridge the first time. The important thing is to keep your scan up. Whoop.
LA traffic, Aeromexico 646, 10 mile funnel, 24 right.
Crosswind from the left, little sink there, rest it, just a smidge of power, 1 dot low, correcting, here we go, back on. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. touchdown. And super sensitive nose wheel steering. And with the stutter, it's a bad scene. Alright, I'm getting off this runway. This nose wheel steering sucks.
Los Angeles traffic, American 31, taxiing from Terminal 4 to runway 24 left via Charlie, Kilo, and Delta. Los Angeles traffic.
Hawaiian 2 heavy. We're clear 24 right, crossing 24 left at Victor.
LA traffic, Aero Mexico 646, 5 miles on one right, 24 right, LA traffic.
Right? Nobody's there? Yep. Good. Well, we got there. How about that? How about that? Not a horrible landing. I don't know why the Loc wouldn't arm though for the autopilot. Couldn't even get the arm light. It was a little odd. But whatever. Obviously, still some small kinks to iron out here on the L-1011. But it was a fun flight. And turn left on Echo. Hawaiian 2 heavy. We're clear at 24 left.
Flaps 22, flaps 18, flaps 4, flaps 0.
Turn right on Papa. Yep, we're gonna do that. And then 67 Bravo. And down to Charlie. Alright, after landing flow.
LA traffic, Aero Mexico 646, crossing 24 left.
After landing checks now, 1 moment. Job. Got that flow all set for you.
Alright, we'll turn left on Charlie. I don't know if Charlie or Bravo was used. But I'm going to use Charlie.
LA traffic, Aero Mexico 646, taxiing to the Bradley Terminal via Victor, Kilo, Delta. LA traffic.
Alright, make the turn. Let me double check my gate. Yeah, we want 68 Bravo. So we'll plug that into the old GSX. Bravo. the end of the concourse and over there in Terminal 6. Well, that was pretty good, and overall, pretty fast trip. Be curious to see what the actual flight time is once I log out, but it's under 5. So that's pretty cool. Some goofy stutters going on. It's not as bad as it was mid-flight, and I didn't really do anything different. But I wonder if VRAM is I mean, I have a good video card, so there's plenty of VRAM. Most you can have, or most that's out there. 68 Bravo. 69 Alpha. Bravo. 68 Bravo must be right around the corner. Yep. I'm gonna have to go way past it and do a big old swing in. Alrighty. Make sure he's got the APU on bus. He does. APU is flowing. Shut him down. Seatbelt signs I got, and let's deboard them.
LA traffic, American 31 is lining up runway 24 left, start your departure. LA traffic.
Parking checklist.
No problem. Let's see. Parking flow. Ah, yep. Give me a second. Hey, Captain. Got that flow?
Well, folks, there we are. Honolulu to Los Angeles in the wonderful, really enjoyable Builds L-1011. They got some work to go, but they've already done two pretty significant updates to it, and I expect it will only get better. and and most importantly, it hand flies very well, as you saw. Why is that? It hand flies very well. I had no issues hand flying it on that approach, sort of unexpectedly. Although I probably was going to hand fly it because it's part of the fun. Didn't get to watch the direct lift control in action, but I'm sure it was. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. I had fun bringing it to you. I'm CJ, and I'm your classic jet sim pilot. So from LA and the Hawaiian Airlines L-1011, keep the shiny side up. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.